So a couple things. I did print some test cubes just to see, and I know my camera sucks. Let's see if I can get this to focus at all. But kinda. First layers, freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. One on the left is the first one I printed. Bit of ringing. Did some changes in the Creality print. Printed the one on the left. It's a little better. Still some ringing. What are those holes on the top, though? And of course, it's not going to shoot. Let's see if I put my black shirt in the way. Suppose we have there we go. Oh, there you go. Same spot. By the way, I'm looking at it backwards. I have to remember that next time. Put my black shirt in the way. So we switched over to Orca Slicer. Lots of reasons. One, Creality Cloud. Only reason I would use it, and I mean the only reason, is for the camera. Most of the time it didn't load, and when I was printing the cube, the second one, by the time the camera loaded, the printer had already finished printing. So what's the point of Creality Cloud? I don't know. Now I will give it credit, on my cell phone, Creality Cloud 95% of the time was showing. It was really laggy. It would stop, load, play really good for a few minutes, then stop. Really bad. So now I'm using Orca. I haven't printed anything yet with it, but just a little bit. I'll show you. So I'm still talking. You can't see me. My hand's in front of the camera now. It took it about 3 seconds to show up. Creality Cloud, it took it like a minute. What's the point? So anyway, jump back over here. We're going to try our first print using Orca Slicer. And it sounds like all the fans and stuff are running. Now again, I'm not rooted, just using Orca over the Wi-Fi. There you go. That's in the way. There we go. So there in the top right, you can see what I see in Orca, and then the bigger picture will obviously print it. So I'm trying to find the temperature. Temp. It's doing the cool off thing. It does that whole little calibration thing that it in. I don't know why it does that. And you can see the temp is dropping. Looks like it's going to 150. I actually just noticed. I also changed the filament because I switched to black. Black silk, right out of a sealed bag, airtight. Because my rainbow one that you can see here, it's really glossy, has been out. Maybe it just can't do high speed. So this is the part of the printer I don't understand. I told it no calibration. Is this the AI assist? But it does this every print, no matter what. And then you think it's screwing up and printing in the air. I don't know what it's doing. It's like 10 millimeters off the bed and dances. But I don't know. Seems to work. It knows what it's doing. I really don't. And it got quiet right away. Didn't run the fan for a half hour. Interesting. And you saw the whole video of the bed. Now the fan came back on. The whole video of it printing with no issues. So that's good. Oh my. I'm taking a sneak peek. God dang, that's hot. Probably ought to let it cool off and pick it up, I suppose. It did print a purge line, although I actually cannot find a setting to turn that on. Or off, for that matter. You can see Z. Maybe I can do it better this way. No holes. It's crooked. No holes. He looks... First impressions. Looks pretty damn good. All I did was switch slicers. Whoop, too low. I do see a little string. He kind of quit abruptly. As you can see at the moment, he's stuck on there really good. Let's move you back a bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's still pretty warm. We'll let him cool. What I was doing earlier. See me? The only thing I dislike about the bed, you can see my fingerprints everywhere. So I'm trying to hold just the corners. I screw up. Anyway, I just bounce it. It'll pop off. It takes longer than it was before. The other side effect of this noise, it attracts the furry monsters. What are you doing? Is that annoying you? Is that annoying you? Still waiting for it to cool. It's still warm. Damn. It's really weird because this bed plate, it's like thin. Let's try the other side. The last two popped off, I think, by now. Well, it just did. That bottom layer is freaking awesome. I'm going to put this back. Ooh. That magnet grab, let me tell you. Turn that fan off. Holy bananas. Alright, so let's start with first layer. Well, I figured out how to get this thing to focus. Of course I did black. Now there's some white stuff. I'm not sure. That's probably the alcohol. But that layer is like perfect. Yeah, this was with Creality print. Of course it's a different color, I know. I am very acceptable with that. Now that's stringing. I thought I got that all wiped off. There we go. Compared to this one, the green one is Creality print. The black one is Orca. And then let's take a look at Y. Somewhere in here. There it is. Now Y, whoop. Of course I throw it on the floor. Y, I'm not sure if that's ringing or what that is. I think that's the print. I don't know if I'd call that ringing. I don't think so. Either way, I'm good with that. Compared to the green one, this one is perfect. I know right there it looks like there's elephant foot over there. But that's actually the seam. But when I turn it that way, it's gone. Now we look at Z. Turn them right side up. I have no idea what this hole is, but it happened twice. Figure out where the center is. Oh, there you go. Now you can see that hole. The black one's just got stringing on it. It stopped very abruptly. We'll have to fix that, but that printed freaking noise. Let's measure them. My digital caliper, unfortunately, battery died. So we will measure the green one, measure the X. Oh, let's measure across the lines. It is actually right at 20 millimeters. Now I'm kind of worried about this one. Wait a minute. He's right at 20 millimeters. That can't be right. Let's measure Z. Right at 20. Measure Y. Right, okay, wait, this is an illusion? Measuring Z. Right at 20. Which is to give credit where credit is due. We're going to print, I can't pronounce their name, but they says it doesn't need anything. It's just pretty much put it together and all good to go. You know, I was going to look at it. Nope, no remixes. Now I did change the front. He's got another one down here with like diamonds, squares, whatever. I changed it and just made it slashes. Oh yeah, another thing I found out in Orca Slicer, which is awesome. You have multiple build plates. So this is build plate 1. Build plate 2. But yeah, you can see I haven't figured out how to minimize. Oh yeah, there we go. You can see I made it just little open vents. Nice, easy, plenty of airflow. 90% of what I print is PLA, so, well, PLA plus, but same thing. But anyway, we're going to do the corners first. Well, wait a minute. This one says about 15 hours. There's 4 of them. Build plate 1, oh, it's about 4 hours and 40 minutes. Now this one does also require some support as per his instructions. Let's go back to that. Well, I don't know. I think I actually read it in the comments. There's a little lip here. So we're going to put some supports in there. Put some brims on the support. I still need to clean the bed, come to think of it. So we're going to go ahead and do just one. I think this will work. Bed's at the tip. Let's go ahead and tell it to print the corners. Start printing. Let's give it a preview. Here the fan's kicking on. You see here on the, that's the other thing, in the Orca Slicer, the camera works. I don't know what's going on with Creality Print, but Orca Slicer works. Flip that around. The other thing I have found, and I don't know what or how or why, but I told it not to calibrate because it's level. It prints. But it does this weird calibrate. It takes like 5 to 7 minutes every print. I've been through all the settings. Now, obviously, it's probably me. I've had the printer, what, a day? I can't turn it off. Now, it doesn't do the full bed mesh, but yeah, it does this, goes to the back, does whatever it does, comes back to the front, lifts up, acts like it's printing in midair, and it freaks me out. But then it moves down, tests the bed again, goes over to this corner, and then it starts printing. I don't know. But yeah, there's 5 to 7 minutes of, I think, wasted time. I don't know. Maybe it's just verifying that everything's going to print. So this is where it's making that weird line in the back. It's doing it right now. I don't know why. But if you don't clean that off, then the next time you print, it prints in the exact same spot. Here comes the turbos. And then the print nozzle will hit, well, basically your old part that you never cleaned off if you didn't clean it off. I forgot to adjust the camera. Well, these parts are a little taller, so a little easier to see than this silly cube. Okay, that was cool. That's blowing some air. I didn't realize. It literally blew the cube off the bed. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, those are nice. Nice first layers. I should get you a close up. Oh, I guess I moved the screen up there. All the way around. And yes, I know I always get it backwards, but we'll try to get it right this time. So there's the first layers. First layer. Like I said, these are the 4 corners for the riser. Those are like perfect. Now this does include the brim for the tree supports that it needs. So it looks a little wide. They're perfect. Oh, and those are the little clips I took out. Those blue ones. So I unhooked the Bowden tube and then I just pushed the filament through the Bowden tube. Bird's eye view. And he's just winging. Okay, I did slow it down actually. This is only 250 max millimeters a second. On my Benchy and the cubes, it was 300 millimeters a second. So I slowed it down by 50. That's almost the speed I run my CR6s at. I run them at 60 to 70 depending on the part. I'm not sure why the part cooling fan hasn't kicked on yet. Thought it was supposed to do that at the 5th layer. Well, I will monitor that. I'm going to cut this. We're just about done. I do see some stringing. Let me open this. I do see some stringing, but as you saw earlier with my cube flying off the bed, it's got a 4-inch port cooling fan on it. Now this is just the stock default settings in Orca. I haven't tweaked anything. There are some calibration settings in there. I've watched a couple other videos. This thing's been going for, what, 4.5 hours? So we might have to do calibration to fix the retraction, and there's some other things in there that make it even better. But so far, other than that stringing, which is minimal, pretty much just wipe it off, it looks pretty good. Print it 4 different parts all at one time. So yeah, there's going to be some retraction, going between them, and that's probably where the stringing came from. It looks pretty good. %. Now, I know the bits of the video before this, the audio, I don't know what was going on with my camera. I even lost some of the video feed for some reason. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, hopefully at this point, all of that's fixed. So, oh, that's what I was also saying. Just before this, I put in the 2 time lapses for the green cube, green calibration, that I printed with Creality print, and then the black one that I printed with Orca. Other than the stringing, came out well. I guess there is some ringing on the Y. I did notice it later, or in the video actually. There is a little bit of ringing if you really look. On the camera it picked it up. I didn't actually see it. I still really don't. But on the camera I did, so you'll probably see it. I mean, otherwise, it's got a little bit of elephant's foot. I mean, just that. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's the Z seam. That's why that corner's like that. That's not elephant's foot. But that can be moved. Or not. Put it in the back, hide it on a part. We got like 52 seconds. That's the other thing. The Orca Slicer compared to Cura, the timing is pretty spot on. Cura, it's like, oh, it's done. No, we went another 10 minutes. 30 seconds. It's funny, you listen to this thing moving back and forth long enough, the sound of the belts and the motors, it almost sounds like a song. Five seconds. And done? Oh, not yet. It just changed. Now it says it's got 1 minute and 30 to go. Oh, so it updated itself. Still 1 minute 30 is better than 10 or 15. So I'll finish up this layer and then it's got one more layer. And then I'll go to that back one. This one finishes. Or I'm wrong. You go to the one off to the right. Now the back one. So then one more layer on all four, and then I'll be done. I think it's fast. And from what I see so far, for that speed and that quality, I'm more than happy. Oh, it's slowed down to the final layer. That's why the timer changed. That first one's done. Either way you look at it, these things are just cool. I'm sorry, but they are. Second one's done. Third one's done. Says 5 seconds. Let's see if it's right. Pretty much. Well, I mean, it went over a minute 30-ish. But otherwise, now here I'm not sure why, but the fan's all shut off, bed lowers, fan comes back on to cool the hot end. It works. I did notice though, over the 4.5 hours of this thing printing, and I was like, the sound really doesn't bother me. I mean, if you're taking calls or something, yeah, but I was wrong. I noticed I was watching YouTube videos. I had to turn them up quite a bit. That thing is loud. And they're all hot. They're pretty much on edge, but I don't want to break them because I want to use these parts. Switch the camera view. There we go. Yep, oops, I'll break the glass. And they're hot. Yeah, that's hot. Literally, I just took it off. But, first impressions, I always get the camera backwards. Why is that? Obviously, they're stringing. Top layer, you can see that. I'll get you a little closer. I mean, that's almost, it appears smooth as glass. Let's see if you can see the sides. You can see the tree supports there at the very bottom. But if you look at the edge, I mean, you can see the reflection. They appear let's take a look at the insides. Again, there's some stringing, but I mean, literally, wipe it off. You don't even have to work at it. Oops, missed a little bit. Oh yeah, string's gone on that one. Now there's a little bit there I didn't get. I think they printed pretty damn good. I'm actually curious now at this point to see how those supports come off. Oops, I heard a crack. Maybe a pop. That's what I wanted to hear, is that cracking. That's what I was used to from my other print bed. Oops, that one popped. Maybe I was just printing too small of stuff before. Oops, he's loose. Stick him right here. Oops, he's loose. He's loose. He came right up. And I got all my fingerprints all over it again. Just grab that first one. I'm just wiping off the little spider webs. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, yeah, there's just spider webs on it. It had some stringing, but wipe that off. I mean, I'm not cutting it, I'm not trimming it, I'm not sanding it. I'm just wiping it off with my finger. And then the inside, course my screensaver kicked on. I really need to disable that thing. Be right back. Bring the mouse with me over here so I can wake it up without walking over there. But that's where it stopped. And the little, I mean, I can literally rub it off with my fingernail. I am very happy with those. I sliced these just for fun in Creality for the CR6. I printed on here in 4.5 hours. It was like 13 hours. So it was 3 times faster than what my other printers could ever possibly do. And hopefully you're seeing that. Tree supports, that one anyway, just popped right off. I wanted to do these more careful and separate because this is the part that's going to slide into the rails I'm going to print next. And I'm just using my fingers. Oh, this side didn't. This side broke. Sounded like it broke off. Grab these because I think it'll pop off really easy. That one did. Fans are ridiculous. And I don't know, the hot end and everything on this with the ceramic thing is different than the hot ends on my CR6s. So I'm just going to let it cool it off. I don't know if it's necessary, I don't know if it's needed, but I'm just going to let it. Well, I'm looking in there. I don't know how well you can see. Those tree supports are breaking off very clean. But the absolute worst thing I've seen so far, and I've experienced so far, is the stringing. And that just wipes off. Oh, there's a little bit there. We can nip that. Yeah, this side wasn't as good as that side. Oh, the fan shut off. They stuck a little harder on this side. See that one? He didn't want to let go. So just the simple little, this was the first side I did. This would have been printed like this. This side came off super clean. I mean, you can see down in there. You can't even tell that there was tree supports. This is the other side. And yeah, there you go. You can see it's a little rough. It's not super smooth in there. But that's nothing compared to some other ones. And again, this is default settings. I don't know if I want to adjust those or not. I'm also wondering it might be something to do with the fan. Because it was printing like this, the fan's blowing this way across it. So these cooled faster. These got to stay warmer because they were blocked from the air. Missed one fairly good piece there. Well, before I do any more cleanup, I just want to test fit it. Can you see? Yeah, kinda. that they don't even fit. I'm not going to spend, holy cow. Now, I showed you at the beginning the person who made these is getting credit for it, as far as I know. They fit perfect. They are snug. When you get the other ones in and you got the bar in between and they're pushing, I mean, this ain't moving. So whoever designed it, their measurements were pretty spot on. Now I did notice that this has like this little rubbery felt thing where the glass sits. I might do something here as well. As much as that thing moves and vibrates, glass just sitting on the part, I don't know if it's going to rattle. It's loud enough. It does not need a rattle added to it. So I might put some felt, like a felt piece of tape across where the glass is going to sit. But yeah. Oh, there's the bottom. Guess I didn't show you that. I mean, it's like what you would expect when you spend this much on a printer. Out of the box, that's what you would expect. So, yeah, you see a lot of videos and a lot of people, you know, this, that, the other thing, that are complaining. And I'm not saying they're not having problems, because I had a couple myself. I'm a little bit more willing to tweak and tinker and mess with and make it work. But for a part like this and the little bit of work I did compared to what I had to do on those two printers, I mean, I think I spent probably a good month, maybe a good month on my CR6s to get them to print like this. I spent not even a day. I would even say 2 hours. I think most of it I was waiting for it to print. Damn. You know, and it's like I said before, you know, the people that are not having problems and it's printing just fine, you don't hear from them so much. The people that are upset, pissed, you know, it's like, hey, my shit don't work. Those are the ones you're going to hear from. Now, if I had been one of the earlier ones with version 1 hot end and the issues they were having with it shorting and then the thermistor not working and then heating up and then pretty much just destroying the hot end, I would have been pissed too. But version 3, as I'm assuming I have, spot on, dude. I'll throw the time lapse for these on the end of this, but yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and print the rails. I'll probably do a quick short video, show the time lapse of them, and then putting it all together. But I think we're done modding. We're done. Well, no, I take that back. There's still some little bit of tweaking I can do. Like I said, there's some calibrations built into Orca that I didn't realize was there. For the filament retraction, the heat bed, your steps. I'll go through all that, but I mean, they're just little stuff. I mean, it's not, you know, pouring through Marlin code, you know, tweaking the jerk settings and all that. I don't think that's necessary for this. And honestly, wouldn't even know where to start it because this is on Clipper. I mean, yeah, I can open the program and see it, but it's not what I'm used to in Marlin. It's a whole different kind of language. Well, no, I should not say that. It's not a different language. It's a different format. Cool. Well, that's it till next one.